Hi, this is Dave Williams, and you're watching Rib Tips. Today we're going to be preparing some ribeye steaks. You want to make sure when you get it from the butcher that the bone's in and there's still some fat on the outside. The ribeyes are really good steaks because there's some marbleization inside the meat, which is pieces of fat that have grown within the meat tissue. So we're going to put it down here on a plate. Now there's two things that Canada is well known for. First of all, being America's hat. And second of all, making really great steak rubs. This one's a Montreal steak rub. You can get this at almost any supermarket. And if you can't, you should go find another supermarket. So you don't want to apply this really generously. You want to put a little on. A little goes a long way with this rub. So we're just going to sprinkle some on. And you're just going to, pat it down. Working into the meat. Just get a little bit more. Spread it around. Okay, and I'm going to flip it over and do the same on the back. Press it in. And we're going to do it for the second one. Yeah, I was turned on by the steak rub from my friend Guy. My family was a bunch of purists and we never put any type of seasoning on our steaks. So I was at his house and he said, "Oh, I'm going to make you steaks tonight." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome." And he goes, "I'm going to put some of this Montreal steak seasoning on." And I gave him the dirtiest look. I'm like, "You're going to put what on a steak? You don't need anything for a steak." He goes, "They taste good just by themselves." And I go, "Well, I said that." So anyways, he put it on and it was probably one of the most delicious steaks I've ever had. Yeah, the steak alone tastes really good. It's almost like like a singer who's singing a solo. But why would you want to listen to a solo when you could have the whole choir? So, I'm going to let these sit out for about 20-30 minutes. Yeah, I'm not going to refrigerate them. What I want them to do is to get about room temperature. That way when you put them on the grill, it doesn't take longer to heat them up. They'll just get heated up, cooked, and they'll be delicious. See you at the grill.
So it's super easy to light one of these chimneys. All you have to do is flip it upside down, crumple up a paper bag or some newspaper, and you want to cram it into the bottom of the chimney. Once that's completed, you just flip it right side up and go grab your charcoal. Pour the charcoal into the top of the chimney, lift up one of the sides, and get a lighter. Light up that paper bag or newspaper until it starts smoking from the top. Then you want to let it sit from half hour to 45 minutes. What you want to look for is the ash over on the coals. So once they're good and gray and super hot, that's when you want to pour them out. So I like using a 3-zone fire. And a 3-zone fire allows you to have different sections of temperature. Closer to the edge, you want a larger amount of charcoal, so that'll be your hot section. As you start tapering down towards the center, you'll have less and less briquettes, and you'll have a lower temperature as you work your way to the center. So now you want to place your grill on top of the briquettes. Get your brush out and give it a good scrubbing. So now it's time to put the steaks on the grill. You want to place the steaks over high heat. You never want to put it under low, you never want to put it under medium, you want to put it under high heat. These guys are only about a half inch to 3/4 of an inch thick, so they'll cook really fast. One of the things I like doing when I'm cooking steak is putting wood chips on the side. I have these nice little wings on my grill top. I just toss the wood chips directly on the coals. When barbecuing in such short times, there's no need to soak your wood chips. The only time I ever soak my wood chips is if I'm going to be barbecuing something for a half an hour or longer. So it's been about 5 minutes. Let's take a look at them. We're going to flip them right over. And we're going to add more wood chips to it. Keep that good taste going. So let's close the lid, and let's check on these guys another 5 or 6 minutes. So 6 very long minutes have passed. Let's take a look at our steaks. Oh my god, they look so good! And if you guys can only smell how good these things smell. Yep, looks good. Let's take it on inside.
So I just took the ribeyes off the grill, put them on a plate, and I covered them in aluminum foil. And what this is going to do is it's going to keep the meat moist. You never want to cut directly into a steak when you take it off the grill. You want to let it sit for a bit. Right now they've been sitting underneath this aluminum foil for about 10 minutes. So let's see what we got. Ooh, look at that guy. Put him on the plate. And today I'm a very lucky man. My wife made homemade pesto pasta. And when I say homemade, I really mean homemade. She got all the basil, which is one of the main components of making the pesto, straight out of her garden. We also have our vine-ripened tomatoes. We have some rosemary and some oregano in there, all from our garden. So it's going to be super fresh and super tasty. Put these tongs. And once again, we got some of that wonderful summer fruit, watermelon. Some on the plate. Not only is it going to add some sweetness, it's going to add a little color to the meal. And one thing that I'm very fortunate of is by having a wife is that I always have my vegetables. Every night when she makes dinner, of course when I'm not barbecuing, she makes at least 1 or 2 vegetables. So today in the salad we got regular lettuce, radicchio, it looks like we got some carrots, bell peppers, and maybe a little onion. Who knows? I'm a lucky guy. And what steak dinner is complete without a little wine? Tonight we're drinking some Syrah from one of our favorite wineries, Curtis Winery. It's up in Santa Barbara County. And we find that the red wines really complement the red meat really well. So let's take a good look at the meal. Doesn't that look delicious? Let's give it a taste. Slightly thick, pink in the middle. I know it's gonna be good. This is Dave Williams, and you've been watching Rib Tips. See you next time. Now.
Take 5.
Okay, so I just took the rib.
Take 6.
Can we make this a little bit faster? The battery's
Yes,
gonna die.
go.